thank you for agreeing to come
Not a
on.
problem. No.
Tell me a bit about your story.
So I was diagnosed with stage 3 bowel cancer in 2022, in April 2022. Um, I didn't really notice anything like they say about being tired and stuff like that. I work shift work, so I'm always tired. They said about losing weight, and I had been on a diet and going to the gym. So I lost a little bit of weight, but it wasn't like I'd lost loads of weight. So I wasn't like down 3 stone or something and thinking, what's going on? It was just little bits of weight. And I noticed in like my stools, like little red bits throughout, as if it was like my first thought was it was like peppers or tomato skin or something. I don't know why. I just thought
No, yeah.
maybe it's that, like my body hasn't digested it properly. So I thought, right, okay, that, and there was a bit of mucus on the stools, but that was all. Like, I had a bit of pain in my stomach sometimes, but it would come and go. And I've got polycystic ovary, so again, there was nothing that really made me sit up and think, oh, I need to get this looked at or really checked out or anything. Um, where with some, I've heard with like some people, obviously, they've had really bad pains and stuff like that. But yeah, for me, there was nothing really that I was concerned about.
No, it's hidden by circumstance, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Because you're like
yeah,
working, you're tired, and
mm,
looking after yourself, like working out, going to the gym,
yeah,
eating
yeah,
properly, it's going
mm,
to almost mask those
yeah,
symptoms that people are. It's not like a big neon sign sometimes.
yeah,
Sometimes it's quite quiet.
yeah. And the thing was, like, I always, when people say, "Oh, have you lost weight?" like with cancer or whatever, I was expecting like to be like people would have lost massive weight loss. And I know there are some people that do have that and stuff like that. But for me, it wasn't like massive weight loss. It wasn't
Mm.
like I said before, it wasn't like I lost 3 stone and thought, oh, what's happened here? It was like a pound here, a couple of pounds here, and
Oh,
um,
okay. Well, did it take a long time for you to, from when you noticed to when you got diagnosed?
so I kind of noticed the first time in my stools was maybe just before Christmas in 2021. And I thought, oh, okay, keep an eye on that and just see what, like, if it happens again. And obviously, it's not the sort of thing that you do every time, stick your head down the toilet to check your stools,
Mm.
um, which you should do, but I didn't at that time. And so Um, it left it a couple of like about a month or so, and I noticed it again. So I booked a doctor's appointment with my GP, and I must say my GP where I was at the time because I live in Watford now, but I was had diagnosed and had all my treatment in Aylesbury.
Right.
So
Okay.
and they were fantastic. So my GP was like, right, okay, well, what we do, we like he checked to see if there was anything obvious that he could see or anything, and he was like, right, we'll do a fit test. So it's like, okay, fine. So I did the fit test, and it was about February time, end of February, and I took that back to him, and it came up that there was blood in my stools. So he did blood tests as well, but my bloods were fine. So one of the reasons they do blood tests is to check your iron levels because obviously they will deplete quicker. So they were fine, nothing to worry about. but he straight away put me on the 2-week pathway once he'd found the blood in the stool. So from that, I then had a appointment, like a Zoom call with a consultant from Stoke Mandeville Hospital. And then I explained to him my symptoms and stuff like that. So he's like, right, do a colonoscopy. They did the colonoscopy, which really isn't anything to worry about. The worst bit is the bowel prep at the beginning. If you can get through that, I did the colonoscopy with gas and air. The one thing I did do is they give you like little shorts to put on. I put the shorts on, and I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but there's a hole that's meant to go at the back.
Right.
And I put it at the front thinking, oh, well, maybe it's just like for men or something, like to make it easier for them to go to the toilet. So I was like, no, that's the entry hole for them to go in with.
Oh.
But so yeah, so I did my first colonoscopy with gas and air, and it was absolutely fine. I think there was about 4 or 5 polyps which they removed, and then they found the tumor in the sigmoid part of my colon. So they then tattooed that and took some biopsies, and then, like they said, they told me afterwards that they'd found a tumor, but they couldn't say definite what it was. But they knew there and then what they were dealing with. They do that sort of thing day in, day out. They know that tumours that look suspicious and stuff. So from there, I was still on a 2-week pathway. So I had a CT scan, and then I had an appointment with my consultant, and that was on, I believe, the 14th of April, 2022. And that was when they told me that I had stage 3 bowel cancer. And from that, they were like, right, okay, so what we're going to do an operation, remove part of your bowel, and hopefully be able to join it up, but you may need a stoma bag. And I was like, right, okay, fine, that's not a problem. So after, so the operation was set for May the 17th, and from there they removed my bowel, and luckily they were able to connect it all up. So I was in hospital for about 6 days, but I think that was more because I'm a drama queen. And
You've just
it
had
was
part of your
like,
bowel cut out. There's nothing dramatic about that, you know.
well, I was like, oh, I don't know if I could go home and stuff like that. So they were really, really good with me. So that was at High Wycombe Hospital. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. The nurses were lovely. My consultant was amazing. Such great. I can't speak highly enough about the medical care I had in Aylesbury was next to none,
Mm.
and they were really good. So finally came out of hospital, and then the fun and games started. So they did my operation by keyhole. So I had 3 keyhole, one in the belly button, and then a couple either side.
Mm.
And then they do like, it was like a cesarean scar where they
Yeah.
remove the bowel out of the body. Now, that wound basically burst open, and got infected. So they were like, right, we can't re-stitch it. So what they had to do was basically pack it from the inside and let
Wow.
it heal from the inside out. So I would say it was about 10 centimeters long. So it was quite a big scar. So
Oh.
I then had to go through going to my GP, nurses every couple of days, and then if it was a weekend, the community nurse would come out and do it. They would pack it, and gradually it healed, because told me that I would need to have chemo, but they didn't want to start the chemo until the wound was healed, because your body, once it starts chemo, it won't heal any wounds and stuff. So they want to try and it stop you getting infections and stuff. So they were like, right, okay, we need this to heal so that we can start chemo, because they also wanted to start my chemo within 12 weeks. So literally, I think they gave me a date in August, and literally like the week before, I think my first chemo was on a Monday, and the Thursday before or something, my wound finally healed, closed up.
Right.
So thankfully, I
Mm.
was able to start chemo with not an open wound, which
Yeah.
I would have still had chemo, but it just takes a little bit more pressure off.
Mm.
So I had the chemo, which is called Capox. So I was having 8 cycles. Now that is one cycle of an infusion of oxyplantin. I think that's how you say it. I'm not too sure.
Oh, I'm still
Which,
learning to get my tongue around after the medical.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like so difficult. It's so difficult. Um, so that is an infusion straight into the arm. I had a PICC line put in, so that was that. And then it was 2 weeks of, well, I can't say this one, but it's basically 2 weeks of chemo tablets. So it was four big tablets, um, and you had to take them in the morning and then in the evening, 12 hours apart. Um, so I did that. My first, I think, so for me, I really suffered quite badly with anxiety, which I think was brought on with by the chemo, because I've never had anxiety before, always been quite an independent person. And then all of a sudden I started doing all this, and I was like, I literally can't be left on my own for like 5 minutes. I was walking around following my dad or my sister. I lived on my own as well, so it was quite difficult. Like, but I was really lucky because I've got a lot of amazing friends that would come over and stay, almost babysit me. So at 45 years old, I went back to babysitting.
But yeah, no, do you know, that was going to be my next question, what kind of impact it had on you
Mm,
emotionally and mentally? Because it sounds like from when you noticed
mm,
something and the journey kind of started from there, the chemo didn't start until the August. That's a long time.
mm. Yeah, yeah.
And
And I think up to like when the chemo started, I was kind of in denial, maybe,
mm,
or not really wanting to face up to things. So I would just kind of get on with it. I did get a bit upset, like when the wound wasn't healing, because I knew how important the chemo was. Um, and I just couldn't, my body wasn't healing properly, which became really frustrating. But the change in me once I started the chemo and the anxiety, it was like I would cry at literally anyone. I really struggled with going out to like busy places, because obviously we had just come out of COVID as well.
mm,
So we wasn't allowed people in to the chemo suite. while I was having my chemo, which I really struggled with because the nurses are so busy. It's absolutely crazy. They do not sit down for a second, and they're always so cheery, so kind, and everything, but they are just so busy.
Mm.
And I would be at the chemo wing on my own, and I would be chatting and stuff, but I'd be getting really upset, and yeah, I struggled a lot with it. And then even when I was at home, so I I think a lot of it was the anxiety, but I started being sick, physically sick.
Mm.
Um, so the anxiety was getting so much that it was actually making me vomit. Um, so there was times when I was in my friend's car, driving back from having chemo, being sick in bowels and stuff. I was at the ward, like having chemo, just finished, and then the anxiety got too much, and I was being sick, and like the consultant came in, and he was like, "This isn't. You're not being sick because of the chemo. This is anxiety because
Mm.
it's too quick. You've
Mm.
not like it's literally just gone in you. You're not. This isn't the chemo making you sick."
Mm.
So in the end, they started letting me bring a friend in with me. And I used to get, you remember those like little stress balls
Yeah.
that you'd get for kids? I
Yeah.
would walk around with two of them in my hands, like literally just squeezing them. Like I'd shuffle in like some old lady and just be squeezing these stress balls, and they'd be like, "Oh God, here she comes."
They could hear you coming down the
Yeah,
corridor. Yeah, no,
yeah.
mine's no. I'm glad you've said that though, because
Mm.
like mine's cards. I will shuffle
Oh
cards.
right,
Like
yeah,
I'll have to.
yeah,
My hands have to be
mm,
doing something.
yeah,
But I think, were there any services available to you other than bringing a friend in? Was anything
yeah.
else kind of done to
So
support
yeah,
you?
the Macmillan nurses based at the chemo ward were fantastic. They would come in with me. So if I was having my PICC line cleaned, or if I was going in for chemo, there was three nurses there, and they would all come in and sit with me and talk to me and stuff like that. And I still go and see them now because I'm like, they helped me at the worst possible point in my life.
Mm.
um, and they were fantastic, really, really helpful. And also, there was this support group. It's called the Hummingbird,
Mm.
and it's near Bicester.
Oh, not far from
And
Bicester.
yeah, and it is a fantastic, amazing place. So they offer like counselling, they offer different therapies, and they do crafting, or they're just a safe place to go to. If anyone is in the Bicester area or the Aylesbury area, Oxford, anywhere,
Yeah.
and they can go there, please. It is fantastic. It's called the Hummingbird in Bicester, near Bicester,
Mm.
and it is absolutely amazing. So I would go there, and it's open on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on a Friday they do a children's centre.
Okay.
And I would go there and um, literally just cry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No.
and
Yeah. It's
and they would,
underrated, I think,
yeah,
crying. We're told not to do it and it shows weakness, but
mm,
the stakes can't be
no,
any higher. It
yeah,
can't be any darker and it can't
no,
be any more isolating,
yeah,
in
yeah,
my
and it
opinion.
changes people.
It does. I'm
It,
not the one doing it, and I'm
yeah,
totally different a year on.
yeah, yeah,
We're 3 years
and
in, but like,
yeah,
this
and
last
it
year,
does. It really changes people.
yeah.
And I would go there, and they would do like a craft activity. Now, my crafting is absolutely awful. I'm like a toddler doing it, but it used to keep me busy, and
Mm.
I would have a laugh with the other people that went there, and the volunteers, and it was a lifesaver, absolutely, because you could just go and come and go. There'd be tea, coffee, cakes, biscuits,
Yeah.
and just it would be fun. So I used to go there 2, 3 times a week. Half the time I would just go there, do a bit of craft, and then go and have a nap on the sofa because I was knackered.
Yeah. No, but I think that's
But
what people don't really see is
mm,
that it's not when you're doing something
mm,
that the anxiety or the cancer
mm,
thoughts come for you. It's where it's in those quiet moments
yeah,
in
yeah,
between things. So
yeah.
it's not, don't go 100 miles an hour all day,
No, yeah,
but give yourself things to do so that you minimize it's autopilot, I find.
yeah,
I
yeah,
always have to
yeah,
tell it I'm busy.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
busy. I'm busy.
I'm
I don't
busy.
have
I can't
time
deal
for
with you now.
you right
Yeah,
now. Take a
yeah.
seat. I'll get to you when I feel like it. It's just,
Absolutely, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like so. What I've noticed is since moving back to Watford, um, there's not that sort of support network.
Mm,
Like, and this is a big town, Watford,
yeah.
and they don't have the support groups. And I know a lot of them went and stopped during COVID, but they're amazing. If anyone has a support group like that where you can
Mm,
go to and do things, it's it is amazing. It is such a good idea, especially because you have a lot of time. Like I wasn't able to work because obviously I work with the public. I wasn't able to go to work, um, and so all of a sudden, everything in my life stopped, and like people will go, "Oh, it's going so quick! It's going so quick." And I'd be like, I felt every single second of every single day
mm,
during that treatment. And it was hard.
mm.
It was the
Yeah.
hardest thing I've ever done. And because I didn't lose my hair, I wasn't skinny or gaunt, I didn't look sick.
Mm.
And that's hard as well.
Yeah. It's that toxic, it's the toxic positivity.
Mm,
People don't actually know what to say to
mm,
people that have cancer in their lives. And
mm.
I find it's this the stay strong winds me up because it's an instruction, not support.
Yeah.
You don't look sick, but
Mm,
that's because you're relying on what the media is telling you sick looks like.
yeah. Mm,
And then it minimizes what you're going
yeah.
through. It
Yeah.
takes that. I don't need you to validate what I'm going through, but I would like
Yeah.
you to see it.
Mm,
I would like you
yeah.
to see what it takes me to get through every day because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is a battle.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
how did all that kind of affect, your support system? Because that's the thing. I've got like
Mm,
something on my website of loads of different people
mm,
that have had cancer in their lives, and I've put on there that behind every person
mm.
is loved ones that are praying just as hard as they are
Yeah.
for some kind of miracle.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so what kind of a impact did it impact your loved ones?
Yeah, so I was really lucky. My sister was fantastic. Like she was my younger sister. Um, I was always the one that looked after her. And
Mm,
when I got diagnosed, she really stepped up. Like she took control and she really, really did step up for me. Um, my mum had passed away when I was 21, so
mm,
she wasn't here to
mm,
help or anything. My dad, again, he was really good. Like we've had a difficult relationship through life,
mm,
um, but when I needed him, he was there. He would
mm,
come and stay with me. Nothing was too much for him. He
mm,
would take me out for walks and take me to the hummingbird or appointments. He doesn't like hospitals, but he would take me to the hospital and come in with me because he knew that's what I needed, and he really stepped up for me. And I've got quite a few friends, so they all came around and did their babysitting duties, would talk to me. I had one friend who would phone me up, and we would just sit on the phone and not necessarily talk about anything important,
Yeah.
but would just sit and be chatting away, or
Mm,
doing like talking about rubbish that was going on and stuff like that. Because a lot of it, I would rather talk about what was going on in their life, because
mm,
it was a lot easier than saying what was going on with me, because I wasn't doing anything. I was at
mm.
home, or I was going, maybe if I was feeling really excited, I might go pop to Sainsbury's, or like,
Yeah.
just,
Surviving.
yeah, just
Yeah.
going around. But one of the things I did find is that I think it was harder, maybe, for the people that cared for me,
Mm,
because I knew how I felt. I
yeah.
knew what was going on in my body.
Yeah.
They didn't. They were just relying on me to tell them how I felt. And
Yeah.
obviously, and they had their own emotions as well. Like,
Yeah.
none of them were like all singing, all dancing. They were all worried about me, and they were all
Yeah.
upset. And I think sometimes it's harder for the people on the outside,
Yeah.
because
You go to
they're,
bed
yeah,
praying every
yeah,
night. Like
yeah,
my son's 15,
absolutely,
and I go to
absolutely.
bed, I have done for the last, it's over 3 years now,
Mm,
trying to bargain with whoever it is up there.
mm,
I'm 44. I've
yeah,
had a good life. Like,
yeah,
I love my job. I love
mm,
my family. I've done
mm,
amazing things in my life. Give it to me. Take
yeah,
it off him and give it to
yeah,
me. And every morning
yeah,
I wake up knowing that that's like, it's not
yeah,
a wish that's ever going to be granted.
yeah,
And that's um and you're right. Like, I have to rely on how, whether he feels like sharing how he feels.
mm, yeah,
Um, it's, we will never know, I think, unless I'm really unlucky,
mm,
what it's like to be him.
mm,
And even then, I won't know, because
no,
no two journeys are the same,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
People deal with things differently,
Oh yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
and sometimes like, you have to be a mind reader. You have to sometimes be there. Sometimes you
Mm,
don't have to be there.
mm,
It's a real fine line between being too much, not being enough,
yeah.
and it changes by the hour, not
Yeah.
even by the day. It's like literally it can change by the hour, and you're
Rolling
like,
rolling a dice constantly.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm so glad you've mentioned about how your family
mm,
haven't ever said to you, let me know if you need anything.
mm, no, no,
I just
yeah,
think that puts pressure on you on top of
mm,
everything else to figure out what it is you need.
yeah,
And what they've done for you is they've worked
mm,
out what presence for you
yeah,
looks like,
yeah,
without having to ask, turning
yeah,
up with a
yeah,
frozen meal that you can stick in the freezer for when you
yeah,
haven't got the energy to cook, or,
yeah,
right, I'm going to take you out. My friend, throughout all of it, her role is
mm,
to, every so often, we'll go out and we'll do something, and we'll
yeah,
be like a pair of teenagers, because that reminds me of
yeah,
who I am outside of,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, okay, cancer's in my life, but it's not the whole story.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
trying.
Oh,
It's
it tries.
trying. It
Yeah,
tries to
it
take
tries to
everything.
take over everything.
Yeah, it's
Um,
it's a narcissist cancer, because it
yeah,
makes it all
yeah.
about them, and it's not. Um, was it hard for you in terms of, when people perceived you, where you haven't lost your hair and you're not the cookie cutter media image
Mm.
of what it looks like to have cancer? Did that impact you?
Um, I think in the respect, because my anxiety was so bad
Mm,
that I did look a bit crazy at times. Um, and I think that was hard
mm,
because I was like, I just wanted people to know that, like, there is something big going on, and that's
mm.
why I'm like that, rather
Yeah,
than, oh, okay, well, what's happened and stuff like that. And also, I think some people were like, oh, well, you look okay, so why are you so anxious? And it's
sorry, that really
like,
makes me angry. So, have
yeah,
you tried being me for 2 minutes?
yeah.
Have you tried? Have
But
you tried?
also, because I was always such a strong person, and like I said, I never had anxiety before. And then all of a sudden, I was literally unable to do anything. Um, Sorry, the dog's decided he wants to come and say
Oh, that's all right.
hello.
I have
He's
shut
all
mine away. Mine is currently annoying the rest of my family.
right. Oh.
She's in there bothering everyone else. Um, but yeah, no, I think unless you wear it on a t-shirt, which you don't
Mm,
want to, you don't want to
no,
walk around advertising it. And that's
yeah,
the other myth. Just because I am a resilient human being
mm,
doesn't mean that I can carry this without needing someone to help me out.
yeah,
It's like, oh, you're so strong. Yeah, I make a choice to be strong, but
mm,
that doesn't mean I can carry it alone all the time.
yeah. And also, strong doesn't have to look like someone all together and
Unbreakable. Yeah.
all holding it all together, because um, it's like, for me,
Mm,
I don't think I was weak, but I literally was just clinging a lot, getting through the time by the fingertips of my hands. Like, and I still think, looking back now, yes, you were strong because you got through it. I did all
yeah.
my treatments.
Yeah.
Um, the first four was at 100%, and then they reduced it to
Mm,
80%. But I did 8 cycles of chemo,
mm,
and it's not easy.
no.
Um, but I did it.
Yeah.
I got through it. I couldn't see the end, like the light at the end of the tunnel or anything when I was going through it, but
Mm,
I did them all. And
yeah.
even though it wasn't some amazing, like, um, like I wasn't held it together at every time. Like I said, I used to cry. I used to follow my friends and family around the house constantly. I was being sick left, right, and centre. I wasn't some, like, poster girl for being strong, but I did it, and that's all that counts.
Cancer makes you face your own mortality.
Mm,
And I would like to see anybody face the fact that they're not going to survive being
mm,
human and not fall apart.
yeah,
I want to thank you so much for your honesty
no problem. No
because a
problem.
lot of the stuff you've said, I
Mm,
bet there's somebody out there that
mm,
eventually watch it and
mm,
feel seen and
yeah,
will feel validated and
yeah,
will feel you don't need to match what the media tell you cancer looks
mm,
like because they're playing the pity game.
yeah,
And I'm here to tell the real story because it's your story, it's my son's
yeah,
story, it's the story of
mm,
everybody else I've spoken to, and it doesn't fit a neat little box
no,
that
no,
helps. Yes, please do find a cure.
yeah,
However, what
yeah,
are you going to
absolutely.
do to support everybody else in the meantime while you're looking?
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
it needs to be comprehensive, not just
yeah,
can't pick and choose.
no, no,
And mental health
absolutely.
is a vital part. That's the battle, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And because it changes you so much,
It
like I
does.
said, I'm not the same person I was before.
No.
Like, I've changed as a person,
Yeah.
and I'll never go back to the old me.
No, no. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's forwards
yeah,
and learning who you are, knowing that that wrecking ball can swing, but you
yeah,
can take it.
yes,
Like I can
exactly.
take
I've
it.
been through one of the hardest journeys in my life, and I'm
Yeah,
still standing.
exactly. Thank you so
So,
much for spending
no
some time
problem.
talking to me
No,
today, Trisha. It's been an absolute honor
no
having you
problem.
on.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
But
Really,
I'm gonna keep
yeah,
I'm gonna keep shouting
yeah,
until the world
because it really
actually,
does help people.
yeah, it's the silence.
Yeah,
It's the silence. It's the
yeah,
you don't get an option to look away anymore.
yeah,
Here's what you need to do.
yeah. And
Yeah.
also just to let people know what it's like, because
Yeah.
when you're given a diagnosis and you don't really understand what you're about to go through,
No. No,
and I know
exactly.
everyone's different and stuff like that, but hopefully someone might listen to my story and be like, I
Yeah.
get it
Yeah.
and I can do it because she's done it.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
No,
Really
thank you for coming
appreciate
on.
it.
Honestly, thank you so
And
much.
good luck to your son.